All right, bro, here we are. We back. Another episode.
Yes, sir.
It's been a while. Things started picking up, but you know what? We're gonna stay consistent. We're back. I guess really what's new, man? What's new your way?
Not much, man. Kids went in the season. High school kids went in the season a couple weeks ago, so they've been rocking and rolling. I thought I was gonna get a little bit of a break, but I got like this big influx of like fourth, fifth, and sixth graders coming in now. So
there we go. Cooking. I've been seeing them cooking.
So
too.
we call it, like Alabama. We just reload. So that's kind of, we in the reload phase right now. So, and it's kind of cool because all these little kids, they get to cut on the TV every weekend and see, girls that they train with or, they looked up to in high school on TV. So that's pretty cool.
Right. Nah, for sure. This college season has been crazy too, bro.
Yes.
Yes. It's been wild. What was your thoughts on that BC North Carolina game?
I was interested to see how BC's offense would match up with UNC's defense because they're super athletic.
Yeah.
And that was going to be a good matchup. You see, that's a little chess game that will go on. And, games like that, it just comes down to one or two plays.
All right, it lived up to the hype, though.
Yo, for sure. Like that was.
It definitely did.
That's
sometimes you'll catch those games. Yeah, you'll catch some games and it's like, oh man, like number one, number two, and then it's kind of like you can see the number one running away. Rarely do you see like the number two run away, but that game was all the way there. I was actually training a group of girls. I had to train them right in the middle of the game. It was funny. I was almost late to the session because I was all laid out in. I was like, oh, shoot, I got to get out. Left the house, pulled it up on my phone. I was watching it on my phone. And I was like, girls, like, because they'd been training all day. They did like some draw stuff, some shooting stuff earlier, whatever. Then they came to the lab. We were about to do some like dodge movement stuff. And they were like, bro, no, don't tell us. Like, they didn't want to know. And I think it was funny for me just because, like, they really loved the game that much. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't want to know the score because all three of them, so that was Cam, Cassidy, and Addie, like, they all wanted to go home, sit down. They disconnected from social media so that they can go home and sit and get the real live look of the game. And I think that may be the first topic. Here we go. I got the first topic on us. By the way, if you don't know, if you're tuning in for the first time, Shannon and I do not discuss what is going on when we jump on here. We literally just jump on whatever the topic may be that we want to address that comes to our mind. We just kind of roll with the flow. It's funny because my wife asked me too when I was about to come in. She was like, hey, what are you and Shannon talking about today? What's the topic today? I said, Q, you know what? I don't know. When I see Shannon, we're rolling, jump into it. But I think a topic to talk about, because we train different sports. I don't want to say just from the female sports side. I think from other sports that you can say that aren't major sports, so minority type sports or not lower level, just not as big of a crowd type sports. Those athletes that play those sports, their love and passion for the game is way more than I'm gonna say as a whole. You do have the outliers, but like a football kid, here's where I'm going. You get a football kid comes to the lab or coming to train. They can see that end goal of playing in front of hundreds of thousands, making millions playing the game that they love. Like, some of them are more caught up, especially in this generation, they're more caught up on playing in front of 100,000s and making millions of dollars than actually being in love with the ball, being in love with being on the field, strapping up the helmet. Whereas like when you catch a lacrosse girl and like the game is growing like crazy, but these girls, like, they really love the game, hands down. They don't care if they're playing in front of 5 people, they're playing in front of 5,000, whatever it looks like. The hype behind it doesn't matter. Like, they're just super in love with the game. And you got to respect that. As a trainer, as a coach, you have to respect that and love that. That's when you get those ultimate gym rats that we talked about before.
Yeah, man. I had a couple girls, they live about 30 minutes away or so. They came in, this is just one of many examples, but they came in a couple Fridays ago at about 6:30, and I stayed a little bit late. I ended up leaving the gym until 9:15 that night on a Friday.
Right.
On a Friday night, where most...
did you post that clip? You posted that clip,
yeah.
Right? You posted that story clip.
Yeah. Most kids are,
in there working, man.
Doing whatever on Friday night, not wanting to be in the gym, but, they couldn't get what we was getting until it took that long. and they just wanted to be there. And I'm like, you know what? These kids want to be here. I ain't doing nothing tonight anyway, so we might as well get to work. And to your point, like, bro, these kids truly like love this sport. And it's so encouraging to be around. Like, you know, some days you may not have it, but you see them, you see how enthusiastic they are about it. Then that ultimately like gets you going because they just love the sport that much.
100%. And that's the beauty of it. I think anytime you catch that athlete that is obsessed with the game, that's like you said, it kind of, especially on the days when you're kind of dragging a little bit, which is funny, by the way, because the other podcast we had, you're like, you tell your athletes to like lock in, right? They'll tell you to lock in. So like, we use that down here occasionally, like, you know what I'm saying, lock in, whatever. But I guess I've been saying it probably a little bit more. Baby girl Bailey's been saying it. My daughter's been saying it. She literally looked at me the other day. I was like, Dad, lock in. She did a complete wrong time, but she understands like, oh, lock in. So definitely got to keep carrying that. But I'm just saying, like, when you get that athlete that is like locked in and they want to get better, as a coach or a trainer, that automatically, all it takes is like one or two, you know how it is, it takes one or two questions for you to get you rolling. And then from there, like, all right, let's go. Like, I see that you really want this today. You know what I'm saying? Friday night, like, if you're in there looking, counting down the clock, like, all right, I'm in here with Shannon. I get out. I'm ready to leave at 8. I can't wait till 8 gets here. Then there's no extra questions really being done. It's just, I'm trying to get through the work. And then, yeah, those are the type of athletes that when you catch the ones that really want it, asking questions that you really want to pour into.
Yeah. And think about it. They're you know, base level skill, which is skill work, right? How mundane and boring is wall ball, right? It could become very monotonous, but these kids do this stuff every single day. And I'll ask them, like, oh, what'd you do this week? Oh, did some wall ball and went and got some shots up. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, and I'll just mess with them and I'll just kind of see what their reaction is. Like, do you love lacrosse? They're like, oh my gosh, Shannon, like, I don't know what I would do without it. I'm like, all right, cool.
All right, cool. I was just asking the question. Yeah. Nah, that's it though. And I mean, yeah, we're not saying that other sports don't love their sports.
Oh,
too, but I
no.
think when you catch a sport like lacrosse, yeah, what we're saying is like when you catch a sport like lacrosse, like the hype around it isn't huge. Like even out here, like I'll have guys working out and they're like, bro, I've never seen lacrosse until like I've seen you working with it. I'm like, yeah, but I mean, it's freaking 10 schools around here that has lacrosse programs. You just choose not to attend it. You know what I mean? But it is just bringing awareness to the game, and they're not in it for the hype of it. They really love it. And I think we got to do a better job of like making the PLL and the WLL, like we got to really push this, make these professional athletes the rock stars that they need to be. You know what I mean? Like that's the only way you're going to grow it the way it needs to go. Like you can't look and hate upon them like I'm saying for athletes that maybe play at the college level and they don't go pro, right? Like still, if that was your teammate or you played against them, like let's go get a jersey, let's go support, let's get there, like let's help to grow it. Because that's the only way you're gonna get the hype around it that it needs, and then from there it's gonna be guns blazing because the love is already there for it.
Yeah, 100%. All it's gonna take is one investor to really push that forward, whatever that may look like. I don't even know because people are paying attention and they're seeing how wildly popular it's becoming. So and this was like the right time with the amount of girls that just came out of college. And, you know, if they didn't take advantage of that group to come out, then,
Yeah, we're in trouble.
you know what I'm
trouble.
saying? We're in
trouble.
real big trouble because you're not going to get that amount of
Right.
talent all at once coming out.
One class coming out.
So they did a good job of getting the ball moving. Now it's just keeping that momentum because now you have, like you said, you got all these little kids now looking, oh, wait, I can go do this after I'm done playing in college if that's their goal. You know what I mean? So now that just gives them a whole nother, you know, thing to strive for and reach for. That just keeps them engaged in the process longer, you know?
Random, your page, is it Georgia? Hooper,
Yeah.
Georgia.
Yeah.
So the correlation, I mean, we talked about this before, but just the correlation of like the basketball to lacrosse movement. What are things, all right, so if I'm watching this, right, I'm trying to put my eyes, somebody just viewing this, what question may I have? What things can you extract and pull from other sports that's going to really help you out big time? What are like top 2 to 3 things that we can pull from other sports that are going to help you out? We can roll with basketball. We want to just talk through basketball. We talk through other sports too. But like, what's something that you can pull that can help your game to help elevate your lacrosse game?
I think the two biggest, and this is so counterintuitive to kind of what, they're taught and how the game's played a little bit. I think number one, deceleration is number one for me. Decel and tempo. Change your pace. Change your pace. I remember I was talking to another trainer at the gym, and we were talking about NBA and the combine and whatnot. And we were talking about James Harden, and he was at this facility in Atlanta, I believe, P3 or one of those, something like that. And he was saying how James Harden's measurables, like his vert, his whatever else, it was all, average. But his decel was like the top, like 1%. The ability to stop and go. And that creates so much separation. And you see it how he plays. And that's probably the biggest thing I take from basketball. And I show them, bro, they probably get so sick of me, but I showed them so many clips of Luka Doncic playing basketball, just how he moves at his own pace throughout the whole game. He's going to get to his spot whether you want him to or not. And he's so good at getting you going in one direction and you going in a different direction, and him just countering off that. Him and Kyrie are just like, if you really want to like get into the nuances of just like movement and understanding how to change pace and decel and reacting to what the defender's doing, like you could spend hours upon hours
On them too.
just on those two alone, just understanding how they go about attacking the defender and what they do to kind of counter everything.
Right. And then speaking of those two too, back on the lacrosse side, something I've been like, occasionally you'll pick something up new that you like preaching, like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna start preaching this heavy up again. You know what I'm saying? I've been telling a lot of our girls, the game of lacrosse is built around who's the biggest liar. So like, follow me here. So the biggest liar on the field is going to be the best athlete on the field. So think about it. If I'm showing a low release point on a shot and I shoot high, I just lied. I lied low, went high. If I'm dodging, I'm showing like I'm going right. Everything about me says I'm lying, going right, and I'm going left. A really good defender, right? Like I show like I'm not in the passing lane. Last second, I jump in the passing lane. You know what I mean? Cutters. You can talk about like all throughout the game. And then now when you think about that, like, okay, think about the best players that do each one of those things that we're kind of talking through. I'm like, yeah, she lies a lot. Like she's lying on the field a lot to create. And I told some of our girls the other day, and the way it came about is I told them, I'm like, you're being too truthful on the field. Like you're coming around the corner, you're bending the corner, and you're looking at top right. Everything about your stick position, everything saying top right. As a goalie, why should I feel like you're going like low? You know what I mean? Like you're going at a different angle, or you're trying to get a different shot off. And it's just being able to like, don't be as truthful on the field. You have to be a liar in your movement. And I'm saying all that to say Luka and Kyrie, when you think about it, they're constantly, you're looking at clips. You can go back and look at a Kyrie clip and if you're just kind of like going with his flow and you're like, oh, he's going right now. Oh, never mind. He's going left. Oh, he's going to finish with the right hand. Oh, no, he's finishing left. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just don't know what's coming with it because it's like a constant lie that these great players are able to tell on the field and court.
Yeah, 100%. If you're telegraphing everything or you're not adding some level of deception, then you're just making yourself that much easier to defend. And you make yourself easier to defend, and thus it's like a trickle-down effect. Now everyone else behind you is easier to defend because now I don't have to worry about you per se. Now I can start to kind of
she's gonna let us know what she's gonna do.
Exactly. So I'm gonna be a step ahead of you because you're already telling me what you're about to do. Now that's about to screw everything else up behind you.
Yeah, that's for sure, bro. So that's a little nugget somebody take away.
Yeah, I got another one too. I'm sure we can go.
What you got
on this? And this is something that I've been really on. This is for all sports, but especially like think of a sport like baseball, right? What's baseball built off of? basically built off of failure.
Skill, you saying? Yeah, failure though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? It's basically
It
built
is.
off of
It
failure.
is for sure.
Hall of Famers,
Yeah, a solid.
a Hall of Famer, they get out 7 out of 10 times. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I've been really pulling from that, and especially basketball, like shooting wise. And I gave them this analogy. I'm like, all right, you guys all know who Steph Curry is. Like, yeah, okay. Take a wild guess at what his 3-point percentage may be, and they all take a guess. And
They're all high.
they're all like
crazy
it's
high.
crazy high, right? They think like
70%.
right? Because
Yeah.
all we see are the makes. And I'm like, okay,
Makes. Yep.
Steph Curry shoots a career 42, 43% from three, and he's considered the best to ever do it, like the best. And you should see all their faces like go like, wait, what? I'm like, yes, he misses 60% of the threes he takes. He misses.
Meaning, yeah. So meaning out of his 10 shots, he's missing 6.
Yes.
He's gonna hit his 4.
He's going to hit his 4.
Yeah.
And then that just kind of gets them like skewed. I'm like, your sport is based upon failure to a degree. Like you can shoot and miss and still get the ball back. You think if Steph Curry misses his first 3 shots, he's not going to shoot the 4th or the 5th? No, he's done it. He's replicated that process so much. Now he knows, okay, I released it a little too early. I got to get my base set. He's going through his mental checklist every time he misses. You see him, like after you miss, you'll see him do one of these just to get that rhythm back. So I'll tell him, like, listen, use those misses as information. Like if you're missing, let's say you miss 4 or 5 shots in the same spot. I say, yo, that's actually a good thing. That means you've replicated your process. You've hit the same spot. So now make the necessary adjustment. But if you get so bent out of shape, you know what I mean, that you can't make the adjustment because the game's moving so fast. You know what I mean? And I've been really, really on them about that. And I'm sure you could probably piggyback off that for sure.
Yeah, nah, for sure. So like, I think the failure we're talking like from a shot perspective, but I think even just from a movement, right? Like wanting to try something new in games. Like some athletes, you're held back. Like you have a dodge or you have a certain shot selection that you've been working on your yard for months, like even a year. Some of y'all been working on a BTB. I'm just gonna use it because everybody goes to BTB. Like some of you girls are like been working on BTBs for like over a year now, and it's looking really good. But your fear of failure is preventing you from wanting to pull the trigger in a game when the opportunity for a BTB is there. Because you're like, oh, I don't want to miss. And it comes back to it. Like the stat, like, I mean, your game is built around failure, right? Like, don't be scared to pull the trigger and miss. And then at the same time, at least your probability goes up when you take the chance to do it. Because if you don't take an opportunity or take advantage to have that shot or whatever you're looking for, if you don't take advantage to do that, that's technically like 0 out of 10 because you didn't do it. Like it's 0 out of 10. So at least if I make an attempt, my percentage at least goes up. Even if it goes up 10%, 15%, 20%, it's like I made the attempt. And 9 times out of 10, if you're playing under, I'm not even gonna just say a great coach. If you're playing under a coach and if the shot makes sense in that moment, a lot of coaches aren't gonna go off about it at all. The way the game's evolving and the way you see it, just change it up. Yeah, like no coach is really just gonna take off and go crazy about that. And you can't be scared of that though. Risk reward, right? Like sometimes you got a situation you're playing. It's gonna be a high risk, and we look at some people don't show it all the time, but like think about the Twizzlers, the BTBs, shovel shots, things that we've seen where girls missed big time. I'm talking at the college level too, college or pro level. Like they miss big time, and it's like, wow, that would be embarrassing. Like if I pulled that off, and if I missed it, like that's embarrassing. But at the same time, once you make it, everybody forgets about that miss. You know what I mean? Like it's completely gone. You're ending up. It's a highlight reel. And it's like, I mean, you got to add something. You got to separate yourself too. Not saying that everything has to be a trick with lacrosse, like everything has to be going crazy out there, but you got to separate your film from some other girl's film, right? Like all these college coaches are watching film. If I'm seeing the exact same thing, I'm looking at you and another girl from another state, and I'm watching on everything, nothing standing out. It's like, I mean, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? You got to separate yourself some way.
Yeah, even if you do take to kind of further that point, even if you do take that shot, that shovel or that Twizzler, but you miss, but let's call it a good miss, right? You miss high, wide, now you got backup. But now think about this from a defensive perspective, right? I just played good defense on this girl and she still got this shot off. So now that's like, oh, shoot, I need to be ready. Now the goalie needs to be ready, right? Now everybody needs to be more aware of what's going on because you're showing the capability like, hey, I can do this. I'm going to do this.
Yeah, like even that slide, right? Like, bro, I got to slide. If she's willing to take that shot, she would score that. I mean, it's a point, right? Like, I got to be willing to let me help a little bit more, and then you be opening up, like you said, you can be opening up something else for your offense, right? Because now you're more of a threat. You're more of a threat.
Now that slide comes a little earlier. Now, guess what? Now your girl's open for a pass. You know what I mean? So I always tell my girls, think 3 or 4 steps ahead. It's not necessarily about that moment. Yes, it is about the moment, but what's the result of that? What's the domino effect of that? So if you take that shot, so now everyone has to be a little bit more aware of what you're capable of doing. So now you just draw a little bit more attention. Now the goalie has to be a little bit more aware whenever you have the ball because you have the capability to do, more than what they thought you did. Because the film can only show you so much until you actually get out there.
Right. And then, then going off that too, because I mean, you'll catch some girls, right, that's like, oh, I'm a feeder, right? Like, I'm a feeder. I'm a better feeder. I'm not a shooter. I'm not a scorer. I'm a better feeder. Well, I'm like, look, if you want to feed more, you better show as a threat that you can score. Like, even if you shoot and like, all right, you miss, it's the least it's giving the defense, like you said, like somebody's going to have to commit. If somebody else has to slide and commit to you, then that's going to get you what you really want. And it all comes back to lying. So I spun it back in there. Be a liar. Like, oh, she's coming out. She's coming guns hot today. She's shooting. She's a shooter. It's like, I'm really a feeder, but yeah, like, you want me to be a feeder? Yeah, I'm a shooter. So come slide. Let me go in and get these assists up.
Go first. I always say go first. So that's going to set up what you really want to do. But always think I need to go first. Go. Not get it and then, all right, let me just see what's going on. Like, now go put one up. Now you can take a step back and feed the whole game because now they're going to be, but we can get into that.
Right.
Down the road.
Nah, that's another one. Yeah, for sure.
But no, I kind of want to hit something that kind of sparked my interest or my thought pattern, for lack of a better term. We talking about failure on, when a dodge doesn't work. Let's expound on that a little bit. That's can kind of lead into why we work on certain counters and whatnot.
Right. So, I mean, even just from a dodge perspective, I tell our girls, even once you get the skill, so dodging is a skill. We know that. Like, dodging is a skill. Knowing how to move, how to maneuver around your defender, that is a skill. When you have the higher attributes of speed, agility, deceleration, all those things can just like amplify. Like, you don't need to have the skill as much. You can get away off of raw talent more. But even at that point, that raw talent athlete or the girl that knows what she's doing from a dodge perspective, your dodging rate, like your percentage of winning the one-on-one, as you get higher, it's going to naturally decrease. You're not going to always win the one-on-one. And it doesn't mean that the dodge didn't work specific, like per se in that moment. You know what I mean? Like, if you're reading, like you said, like if you just make a threat, like the defense is watching you, right? Like, everybody's kind of like ball watching to a certain degree. Even if I'm like hedging over, whatever it looks like, I'm watching you. So if you have a really good dodge, boom, 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 and your defender clamps it up or whatever, you back out, boom, you pass and swing the ball. As a whole, that defense synced the move that you just went with. It's like, oh, shoot, whoever that defender is, she's going to have a long day. That was a bit stop, but I can see this going back and forth. So same thing, you're still sparking the interest of that whole defense to see like, okay, she can move. That was a good win by our girl, but next time down the field, this could go sideways. This could go the opposite way. And you got to just understand, like, when you don't win in that one-on-one matchup in that first, it could be 1, 2, it could be like 3 times in a row. You could come down 3 times in a row and give a girl your best dodge, boom, 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 and she can clamp it, especially if we're saying you're playing at a high level. Like, these defenders, I always think about the BC defenders for the most part, like BC and UNC. Like, these defenders are strapping up. Yeah, they're strapping up. They're physical, you know what I mean? So it's going to be a long day, but think about it. If you win in a dodge, and we always say here, like, if you win, our goal of winning in the dodge is leading to a scoring opportunity. If you score, great, but if this is an assist, a hockey assist type, that's still great, right? So if you come down and if you win in your dodge and you score, that's a point on the board. You're getting frustrated because you want to win every time. Say you had the opportunity, you dodged off a girl 15, 20 times in a game or whatever, you're frustrated because you didn't win all your dodges. That would have been 20 points by you. Like, when have we seen somebody put up 20 points by one player? You know what I mean? So it's just like, you got to accept the failure. It's a part of, even in the movement, like, you got to accept the failure of it. Like, it's part of it. You just want to come well equipped and knowing what, like, and being able to read it, right? Like, if you come down and you dodge first time, it didn't work. All right. I tell our girls all the time, like, your ability to watch film in game is something that all elite athletes do, right? That's from all aspects of the game. It's not just dodging. So if you miss whatever your cues are, right? Like, some athletes get so caught up in playing the game that they don't know what they just did. Like, and you're not even in a flow state. Like, you're in the game, you're making a move, and then you shoot, and then, like, you're running back down the field. If somebody paused the game and said, "Hey, what'd you do there?" You literally would be lost. Like, I don't know. I don't know what I did. Then that's an issue. Like, the elites, the elites and the best players, when they miss, they know why they miss, how they miss, and they're making a correction next time down the field. So those are all things. Yeah. You piggyback roll off that one.
Yeah. No, that was good. That was really good. I was gonna say, you said it right when I was thinking it, but film, man. You should know, especially if you know a team is more manned. You know, they play a little bit more man because a lot of teams run zone nowadays, so it's a little tougher as far as that goes. But especially, you know, you have a more man heavy team and you have a pretty good idea who your matchup might be. I would spend a day or two just watching tendencies because everybody has a tendency of what they do. They're going to give something away. And it's like studying for a test, for lack of a better term. You know, you wouldn't necessarily go into a test not necessarily knowing the material, right? You would have some idea of what's going on. So I would highly recommend watch film and go on YouTube, watch other sports, find some cut-ups of, this would probably be really good because there's probably a ton of angles on this, but watch cut-ups of like a really good wide receiver and a really good DB going back and forth for a whole game. You know what I mean? It's like this chess match the whole game. The receiver may win a couple, DB may win a couple, right? But you just see the constant cat and mouse going on back and forth between them. Because at that point, when you got two, you know, players at the top of the game, it's literally the slimmest of margins, you know, that one may succeed and one may not, you know. So definitely get in that film room for sure. Get in that film room because you're gonna find out a lot about, and it's gonna lie, like you said, it's gonna allow you to slow yourself down when you're playing, so everything's just not moving at warp speed. Like, you want everything to be in as control as possible. You want to be the one manipulating the chess pieces around.
Right, for sure. And then like down here we had this was last year. We have like a great coach out here, and she's known for school ball, and she's known for getting wins with her team when her team isn't as loaded, right? Like, they're not like reloading like an Alabama reload, but this is the year where teams feel like, oh, I got a chance on her. Like, we can maybe get her this year. But her ability to watch film and find tendencies of other teams is what makes her a phenomenal coach. So, like, a girl that started training with me, like, right after that season, I had talked to the coach and was like, hey, like, when you played against this girl, like, what did you notice? Oh, she went right into it. She was like, oh, Rose, she won't go left. She won't go left at all. She'll never go left. She'll fake it and she'll have the opportunity to go left. She just never goes left, right? And then it's just like, when you go back and watch the film, I was watching, like, all right, I was like, yeah, like, she's online. Like, you're every time, like, you have a certain approach of how you enter a dodge, and every time you enter that way, you have your mind already made up. I'm going right, and you're almost like running through. The gate is wide open to the left, but you're just constantly trying to push and force that right, and then that's how, like, that coach ends up winning games like that. But she does that with all players. Anybody that she plays, she'll, like, sit down and literally just watch film to find the tendencies. And we know, I think, just from the football side, for sure, I remember watching film, like, receivers, right? Like, seeing, all right, when a receiver hands, like, that receiver, his hands may have been down. If his hands are down, that means it's definitely a run play because he's blocking, right? When he brings his hands up, whatever he's doing, like a little extra bending his knees, oh, he's going into a route. Like, he's going something deep. You know what I'm saying? It's like little things like that. Like, now bring that to lacrosse. If I'm a defender watching this, right? Like some girls have tendencies when they're going into their dodge. Every time she she twirls her stick 2 times. That means she wants to get right. And it's like, that's small, but it can help somebody out on the defensive side if that offensive player has no clue that that's a tendency for them. They're just like getting frustrated, like, why can't I win? You know what I mean? And it's just like, so it's just like watching film. You got to watch that film and know what's going on. So it tells a lot. And it can make you look great, though. It can make you look great. Like, oh, this was, I'm saying from the defender side, like this defender just locked down one of the best dodgers in the state, yada, yada, yada. And little do they know that girl, her speed, agility, her athleticism isn't through the roof. I just watched this girl all week, and I saw every time she twirled her stick twice, she was trying to go to a skip dodge to go right every time. And I just started like sitting there, and I would sit on it and force her to roll back into my help, where I would force her to roll back to her left hand. And now you just look like a phenomenal athlete. And it's all because you watched the film. Did you ever see that? Did you ever see that Luke Kuechly clip back in the day?
I might have.
Linebacker, like, so coming out Boston College. Luke is a freak athlete, though. He's a good athlete. But they were just saying how obsessed he was with film, and he was like one of the greatest linebackers at that time when he was playing. Back when our Carolina squad had a solid defense. Back to Cam Newton era, Cam Newton days.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Luke was one of the top linebackers, but they were just saying like how he would watch film, and it's a clip out there. I'll try to find it and text it to you. Luke was watching film. I don't remember which scene they were playing, but he kept getting hit with, it was like a Tampa 2 coverage. Oh, here we go, talking football on lacrosse.
Hey, it's all the
same.
same.
He played Tampa 2. Hey, but yeah, he was carrying number 3. But every time he would carry number 3 deep, like they were bringing like a dig or something like right back underneath. Yeah, and he just kept, he missed it. He was a hair late on one of them. Came to the sideline. He was like, oh, I know what I'm doing. Like, I'm turning my head too early. It was something like very slight with either his head or shoulders. He was like, I'm turning my head and giving it away that I'm running with that number 3 too early or something like that. Or no, he was letting him know that he was peeling off too early. And then basically he made like one adjustment, like stared at the receiver a little bit longer, carrying that number 3. Number 2 came underneath the number 1, and then he picked it off. And it was just crazy seeing him because it was like, bro, that's the power of watching film. Now when you make a play like that, everybody's going to say like, oh, Luke Kuechly's hands are so great. His speed to get to the ball, but it was literally, I had the cheat code. This is literally the cheat code, the study guide to the test, and I just studied it all the way. So when that problem came up, I didn't even have to finish reading it all the way. Like I knew right away it was answer A. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, boom, right into it. So yeah, that power of film, bro, is crazy.
Man, to even make that type of play, like you have to watch film because there's no way, especially if you guys understand coverage, right? Like with cover 2, the safeties are breaking half the field, and the middle of the field is wide open. So if he doesn't carry number 3, then they have a touchdown because no one's going to be able to cover that guy in the middle. So the only way you would know if someone's coming back underneath to be comfortable to leave that guy going up to see
number 3.
Yes, you have to watch film because if it's a very high risk, high reward.
Yeah. Right. And that's what happened. Nah, but that's what the greats do, though. The greats do it, though, all day, every day.
Yeah.
Any sport, right? Like you have to make a risk for it. So
absolutely.
I mean, that's all good stuff. Got our football fix in there today.
Oh, of course. There's going to be a lot of that coming. There's so much crossover, man, with football and lacrosse and basketball. Like it's crazy.
Right.
You actually see like basketball teams running like 5 wide plays on like inbound passes. You see that in college basketball?
Oh yeah.
They're running like a spread offense. So
I'm gonna put it out here, bro. Shout out, man. Claire, you remember Claire, bro? Claire Hansen? Yeah, Claire, bro. Claire. Remember her movement stuff was crazy back in the day. Claire, stop coaching and let's go back to training, girl. No, this playing. She's doing a great job though. But bro, she had this dope like, I guess it was like a seminar type thing. I missed it live and I went back and caught it on women's latitudes. And she was basically what she was doing like receiver routes. So like she was doing receiver routes with her players to help with getting the ball back into play when the goalie like makes a save. And basically the girls are running, you know what I'm saying, she had them running legit routes to get open, learning how to catch on the run, the whole 9, getting goalies to understand how to like patch to the spot where the girls run into. And I was like, bro, I think I may do this one day just for like fun with our girls. I may call out like a goalie and then we go to the field and play like a 7v7 goalies at quarterback and just let girls run because it's going to work both sides of it. You know what I mean? Like, but we play it from like a football perspective. Like we got down, so you're trying to score a touchdown. That way it keeps it fun for them. So like the goalie's like driving down, like boom, you get a catch, boom, that's first down. And then let them keep going because that's working the stick skills, is working on the ability to get open. And I think for the goalie, like they don't even realize that that's really good work for them because ultimately they are quarterbacks. And we've watched games, those ones that are really comfortable with it. Matter of fact, Paige from USF, bro, the goalie from USF against Liberty this weekend. I just saw the clip earlier today. Bro, she had a deep ball to one of her girls downfield for a goal. And I'm talking like money. I got to send it to you. Like she threw it like Hail Mary down, but she was so comfortable doing it. You know what I mean? Like, and she understood like not shorten it. Like she knew she had to put enough air under it so her girl can go get underneath it. Where I feel like some goalies, like I know definitely down here, like I see our girls, like they make a save and they're like, they have no clue what to do. And Lord forbid if they get outside of that crease, they're like a little fish out of water, bro. It's like, oh shoot, what do I do? What do I do? And it's like your girl's running there, throw her open, like throw it that way and let her go get it.
Yeah. We did something like that over the summer with my girl Grace at Albany. So basically I had her start, the ball started kind of on this left elbow and it was a skip pass. So she would have to move, another skip pass and she moved. And it was like pretty much a step down shot. So she would have to catch and then boom, long outlet, like as soon as she got it, just to get her in the habit of getting the ball out fast. Maybe we can loop that in here. Just to give the example, but
loop it in there
because
for sure.
That's a fast break starter, right? Because like you said, sometimes goalies just get the ball and they just stand there. Like, no, get the ball out and go.
Let's go. Let's go.
Because you see it.
That's like, and like you said, you said sports in general, right? Like that's a miss, right? And basketball, that's a miss. It comes off the rim. Boom. I'm finding the outlet. We're gone. Like sometimes the outlet's right there. It's the first. It may be somebody already screaming down court. And I can hit like a skip pass. I can get it across and let's roll with it and go.
Yeah, it's like you wouldn't grab a rebound and just stand there, right?
No, at all.
You know what I'm saying?
At all.
Like
yeah,
get the
just stand
ball
there
out.
and wait, and then everybody. Yeah, situation. What's up, bro? That's so
But
so
that's
real,
actually
man.
that's
IQ, man.
That's got my wheels turning now with that drill you're talking about with Claire. Now I'm like thinking of I'm thinking of stuff. You got like clear routes, you got underneath drag routes, you got
bro whip.
You got
whip
like
routes, bro. The whip's gonna
whips. You got like a jailbreak screen type. You know what I mean? Like break up and then everybody. Oh man, listen, yo,
come on now.
We need to be coaching somewhere,
bro. Go coach out. Where we going? Where we going? Hey, we coming a package. We coming a package.
We need to be coaching somewhere,
that's it, bro. Nah, that's valid though, bro. Yeah, like those. Yeah, you're right, bro. A jailbreak, that's open every time.
Every time.
You run like a little jailbreak. If you can figure out like on the save, like you can just have like sporadic, like everybody's got to know where to get to right away. You can set like jailbreaks from anywhere, really. Like just boom, jailbreak ball, get it to your fastest girl, let her slide.
Or just have,
fastest medium roll.
A number system or a word, trigger word. You know how, because football, here we go again with football, right? Especially think about from a no huddle standpoint. Right, we don't have time to huddle, so everything is what?
Scatter, yeah.
Hand signal, or it's a word or something, right? So if it's a quick save and everybody's kind of, on that defensive end, whatever that hand signal is, everybody knows what to do. You know what I mean?
Right, and get there, get the ball out.
Get the ball out, and let's go. And that start pushing.
Yeah, because you can get numbers. You can get numbers quick like that too.
Very quickly.
No, that's so real. Dang, man. Here we go on it, man.
We need to be coaching. Wink, wink.
That's it. Get the ball out and roll. That's it. I love it, bro. Yeah, man. What else we got? That's crazy. That's 30. That's 40, almost 40 minutes already, bro. Here we are. I mean, next episode, we're working on getting Murph, getting JC, getting Jordan, get the Stanford girls on.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's set that up for sure, because that'd be a good little
girls.
A good little segue into having some guests on, because I think we can really take this to a different level. And we're going to be more consistent here, for sure.
Yeah, we got to jump on it. We'll be more consistent. Sorry for the gap.
We're going to try and
we apologize for the gap.
We're going to commit. We all on camera. We're going to commit to once a week. Let's commit to
once a week. Jump on. Let's do it.
Let's
I'm for it.
all right.
Once a
Let's
week.
commit to it. So that way we stay in it. And then I'm gonna start being more active on YouTube. So you'll see shorts and all that. We both should be doing that. So now we're holding ourselves
Yeah,
accountable
YouTube.
to the camera.
YouTube. Man, that's it. We got to do it. We got to do it.
I'll actually
Hey,
talk
this
to
episode was brought to you by.
Spotify.
I was about to say this episode by Chick-fil-A, the new Passion Dragon Fruit Lemonade.
Oh, that look good.
It
though.
is. It's gas. It's pretty good.
All right.
It's pretty good. My wife, I feel like she kind of overhyped it a little bit, but overall, my girl, this is good. I was actually hitting a couple sips as we were on it, bro. It's good. It's good. Do y'all got? Is this up? Yes.
This is brought to you
y'all got Chick-fil-A up north.
by Pete's Coffee. One of my
Shout out to
favorites.
Pete's.
Shout out to Pete's.
All right, shit, bro. All right, man. That's it. Until next time, we'll see y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in. See ya.